Okay, so today we're gonna be creating a server using Node.js and Express as the framework. You can use any framework you want, like Nest.js, Loopback, etc. And if you guys want, I can create videos on those frameworks as well. Just comment down below, and I'll do that. Just to start it off, we need to install a package called as Express, and to do that I'll execute a command called npm I express. Now here I means install, so you can actually write npm install express and that would also work. So now that the package has been created, I'll create two files. One is index.js and the other is app.js. I like to keep the server and the application separate so that I can modify things and they're not together and it doesn't become complex for me in the future when the application or the project becomes huge. So when I start with, let's start with the app.js. So I'll have to import Express. To do that, I'll use a basic require statement. Um, yeah. And I'll also define a variable called app, which will be my application variable. And I'll just call the Express function, which I've imported later on. Now to use this application, I need to export it. So I'm going to be exporting it as a module. And we can actually, in the future videos, we can go through how you can export certain things in different ways, not just modules. Now, whenever I create a server, I like to create basic middlewares, global basic middlewares, which Express provides out of the box. So for example, one is the JSON middleware, and it allows you to add certain parameters to it. So one parameter can be limit. Similarly, Express also provides a middleware called as URL encoded. And I'm going to be adding the same limit here as well as extended true. And if you want, I can cover these middlewares that Express provides in another video, but these are basically just to mention that whenever I start my server, this server basically accepts JSONs as well as URL encoded payloads with a limit of 50. Now, as my application file is done, I'm going to be moving to the server part of it. And to actually start a server with Express, I would need HTTP as a package. So I'll be importing or requiring that here. And I don't need to install it because it comes out of the box. Now I'll create my web server. You can call the variable anything. I like to follow camel casing normally when I declare variables, but yeah. So I'm going to be calling the create server function provided by the HTTP, and I'm going to be passing the application that I created here. So if I go here, it basically points to the app, Express app that we created 2 minutes back. Now, for the server now we've actually created the server. Now we want to sort of start the server. And to start the server, we need a port on which the server can start and accept requests. So I'm going to be defining a port variable here. You can actually import this from an environment file, which is much better and maintainable from a long-term point of view, but I'm going to be covering that as well in a future video. But for now, I'm going to be hard coding the value of 3000, and I want the server to be listening on this port. So I'm going to be calling the listen function, and then just creating a function so that I know the server has started. So I'm going to be adding a console, and I'll mention the port here. You can add a lot of stuff here. Now this will actually run when the server has started listening on the pod. Um, for now, you'll be able to see the result of this as well in a while. But to start the server, I like adding scripts as a way to, execute things in the project rather than doing it directly on the terminal. So I'm going to be writing a start script, which is nothing but the basic node index command, and I'm using index because while creating the project I mentioned the entry point to be index, which is the default one, but you can actually change it now or even during the creation of the npm project. So now, because everything is done, I'm going to be starting the server, and I'm going to call this, and as you can see the server has started, and you can see the console that we actually added here. And this is it for the video, but let me know your comments and things you want me to cover, as well as some good constructive feedback would be great. Thank you guys.